The US is stepping up its crackdown on illicit activity in crypto markets, and so in this video we're going to look at how the US Treasury is aiming to inject more transparency into opaque crypto mixing services following the Hamas attack on Israel. Today's episode is sponsored by Cake Wallet, where you can send, receive, and even exchange your crypto right from within the wallet. Cake Wallet is open source and non-custodial, so you control your own private keys. Available today on iOS, macOS, Android, and Linux. And StealthEX, a privacy-centric crypto exchange which enables you to make crypto-to-crypto exchanges anonymously. Good evening everybody, and welcome back to Enter Crypto with me, Chris Kenyon. Now today we're going to be talking about how the US authorities are handling illicit behaviour when it comes to crypto. As always guys, let's just quickly read through the article and then we'll comment after and see what we can learn. So US authorities are stepping up their clampdown on crypto markets with new rules on opaque transactions, as pressure grows in Washington to curb links between digital tokens and illicit financing following Hamas's attack on Israel. The Treasury Department said late on Thursday that it planned to force more transparency on trades that pass through so-called crypto mixing services to combat what it called an acute money laundering and national security risk. Mixers obscure the trail of crypto ownership and payments. The move comes days after a bipartisan group of senators in Washington called on the Biden administration to curb illicit crypto activity that could be used to evade US sanctions and finance militant groups. Politicians have renewed their focus on potential links between crypto and illicit financing following Hamas's attack on Israel earlier this month. Israeli authorities have closed down more than 100 accounts on Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, that Israel suspects have been linked with Hamas. And it has also focused on more than 150 online donation initiatives in support of Hamas, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and other groups, the Financial Times previously reported. More broadly, the Treasury Department is aggressively combating illicit use of all aspects of the crypto mixing ecosystem by terrorist groups, including Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad, said Walid Adeyemo, who is the Deputy Secretary of the Treasury. Analysis in August by Elliptic, a crypto analytics group, found that crypto wallets associated with multiple suspicious Middle Eastern groups had historically relied on the same crypto exchange platforms to try to convert their crypto into sovereign currencies. FinCEN, the US financial crime watchdog, said it wanted to force financial institutions to report information about transactions when they know, suspect, or have reason to suspect that they involve exposure to a crypto mixing service within or beyond the jurisdiction of the US. Just as with our efforts in the traditional financial system, Treasury will work to identify and root out the illicit use and abuse of the crypto mixing ecosystem, said Andrea Gacki, who is the director of FinCEN. In recent years, the US has targeted crypto mixing services because they blend payments that can normally be traced on the digital ledgers that underlie crypto. Last year, the Office of Foreign Assets Control, the Treasury Division that enforces economic sanctions, targeted two mixing services, Blender.io and Tornado Cash, alleging that they helped North Korea-backed hackers launder more than $7 billion from cyber heists. And in January, it publicly identified Bitslato, a Russian-based crypto service it suspected had transmitted millions of illicit crypto funds in violation of US money laundering regulations. Now, the thing that bothers me so much about this, or about government regulation when it's lazy and when they don't actually think about what they're doing because they don't understand the technology, is that the government are kind of calling these crypto mixing services illicit. And it is not the crypto mixing service that is the problem here. If the criminals are using the crypto mixing services, the criminal needs to be pursued, and it's just using a crypto mixing service should not be illegal. You know, if I want to use a crypto mixing service because I just want it for privacy, I don't want people knowing how much Bitcoin I've got or where my Bitcoin's going, because Bitcoin, as we all know, Bitcoin's an open and transparent ledger, then I might want to use a mixing service. But under these types of regulations that they're talking about coming out, or laws, it's going to make it illegal for me to even use that, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's a technology. It's not actually there's no victim in me using a crypto mixing service. And it's lazy on the government's part because they should be going after the criminal. And instead they are banning the technology or alluding to banning the technology. And a criminal will just, if this gets shut down, if the mixing services do get shut down, which I highly doubt they're able to do that anyway, but even if they did, the criminal is just going to find another way around this. They're just going to find, they'll use Monero, they'll find a different. But all the normal people who don't want to take extra risk will lose out on this because we can't now use the privacy service or the obfuscation service for a crypto mixing service. But the criminal will still find a way, as they always do. And apart from that, it stifles innovation as well. So now developers are going to be thinking, if they're working on a privacy-centric cryptocurrency or some privacy-centric technology like this, developers, they're going to be thinking, well, if I work on this now, am I going to be put in prison later because this is now banned, banned technology, or is it going to be banned in the future and then I'm going to be put in prison just for coding? Because that's what happened with Tornado Cash. So, like I say, it's very lazy on the government's part. They need to work harder at this. It's their job to go out and understand the technology, not stifle innovation. That's what they're supposed to be doing. And it sometimes feels like when they come up with these ideas that they haven't actually taken the time to understand the technology, learn about it. They've just decided that because it's linked to Hamas or because it's linked to Daesh or whichever terrorist organisation of the day, then it just should be banned. And another negative that comes out of this is that it spins up a new narrative of crypto being linked with terrorists, that we all the normal people then get harmed because we're obviously none of us are terrorists. We just want to use crypto and we just like the technology and are interested in that. But now we find ourselves defending crypto against people accusing it being linked to terrorism and stuff like that. So it's just bad on every level. It's just really poor. But we'll see. Hopefully the Treasury Department will change their minds and not pass this law making it illegal for crypto mixing services, because they're actually a really cool technology. And whilst it will harm us in the short term, the US is only around 4% of all crypto transactions across the world, so you've still got another 96% happening outside. So okay, you won't be able to do it in the US, but there's still plenty of people that are going to be building mixers and developing and working on it because the technology is so interesting that people can just work in peace in the rest of the world. So that's what I've got for you guys today. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future updates. And I'll see you all tomorrow evening. Take care.